So, what do you think I should have done? Because I truly kept feeling like I disappointed God. Just let me know in the comment section, all right? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Inspired Grizel. On here, we inspire you to look within you to be the best version of you that you were created to be, that God is calling out to be. That's what we are all about on here, to help you look within you to be the best version of you that God is calling out to be. So this is a bit of a story time and experience, something I had one of the days I was going to work. So I boarded the bus, I took the metro, I was on my way to the office, and a few stops to my office, I think 2 or 3 stops where I needed to get off. I woke up because I dozed off. I think I was listening to something, then I slept off. It was a long ride, yeah, and it's very early, so I had every right to sleep. But I woke up, saw this man jittering, like he was literally shivering. I don't know if he had like Parkinson's or something. His hands couldn't stay together, so they were all shivering. And there was another elderly man holding him. Like, if it looked like a father and son, but this man was, both of them, the guy was like 45 and the elderly man like maybe 60, 65 or so. And I really just felt sorry for them, because there was just another African lady that was paying attention to what was going on. She was just all into this. And when I woke up, I was like, should I call the ambulance? And they said no. I said, but you need to get to the hospital. So you see, the dad was, trying to massage his hands and keep it warm. When he's massaging, the hands are steady, but the moment he leaves him, the hands begin to just just shiver and jitter and just come together. I mean, I've never seen anything like that, and I was really concerned. I kept asking them, are you sure I shouldn't call the ambulance? And I'm not even sure they could understand me. They felt like there was a language barrier, because he kept nodding his head like, no, 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 okay. So I'm like, but no, something has to be done. Do you need something? What can I do? I mean, I couldn't. I just felt someone suffering like that, and people were just there. And some other guy by me said they are going all the way to the end of the metro line. When I looked at it, that was like another 30 or 40 minutes of that. I just couldn't understand it. And then the son was like, okay, I want to drink water. The man looked for water, gave him, he held it. By the time the water is getting to his mouth, his hands are, doing all of this. It was scary for me. And the first thought that came to my mind is pray for them. Now, I'm in a public metro, and things like that are not really allowed. And I was wondering, are they going to even understand me, because they were from a totally different religion that I don't think even believe in prayer? Because I was just, in me, I was already speaking in tongues. And if I had to pray, that's what would have come out. Because this was not the kind of situation where you just say, oh no, I just felt it was so intense for me. It was truly, truly too intense for me. And after the water thing, the guy was shivering. I had to wake up from where I was sitting, gave them my seat so father and son can sit together. He was massaging the chest, trying to make sure his son is okay. The next thing, he's trying to throw up, and me and the other African lady, the Kenyan lady, were trying to look for a plastic bag. And I'm wondering, is there nobody in the metro that is looking at the camera that can see that there's an emergency and come in, Oh my God, I was, no. I just couldn't understand. Like, my morning, I'm like, good God, people are suffering. What is this? And I'm like, okay. And then I didn't have cash on me. And that's the thing with the cashless society. This thing has its pluses of mine, but it also has its negativity. I'm like, God, I wish I just had cash. I would get them to get a taxi so they can go to the hospital as soon as possible. And I kept asking him, should I call the ambulance? I think I should call. He says, no. He kept nodding his head, no. And the other guy said, no, don't worry. They are going to go to the hospital once they get to Jebel Ali. I'm like, what? Oh my God. And then I had to get off. So I just said, you're going to be okay. But I was just praying for him in my heart. But I felt, sometimes these opportunities, they present themselves so you can demonstrate the power of God, or the saving power and the healing power of God. But I just didn't feel the release to pray, because they couldn't understand my language first. And I was looking at it, this public place. I know I could pray anywhere, but again, there is governance. So when I left, I just had this thing in me like, you should have prayed. You should have prayed. It doesn't matter if they understand you or not, but you should have prayed. I did pray for them. I prayed in my heart. I kept praying even in tongues as I was going out. But I felt I should have prayed for them. What do you think? Because a part of me, you know what? Sometimes you just have this accusing thoughts. I just felt like you disappointed God. You should have shown people the light. It's not like maybe if I prayed, God would have healed him instantly, or maybe 2 hours later or 3 hours later. But I just didn't feel the release in that moment. First, the language barrier, first, the location where we were, and I was getting off even, So after I gave him the plastic bag for his son, I had to step out. But I just pray that they got the help they needed when they left. I wanted to check, have you ever been in a scenario that you felt you could demonstrate the power of God, but you just didn't do it? How did that make you feel? Do you think I was right in how I acted, or I should have done better? Let me know, all right? Because this kept crossing my mind and I felt the need to share. I know that as a human being, I was there to help and assist them. I gave them my seed. I opted to call. I was there to, talk him through and assist with whatever was on ground. But I just didn't feel good that I didn't have cash that they could get off and take a taxi, because I was wondering why they were using that long road. Maybe they didn't have money on them, because it looked like they were coming from work. It looked like this crisis started from work. I mean, it felt like Parkinson's. I don't know, but I've never seen somebody's hands not just having control like that, and such a young guy. And the person taking care of him is so elderly too. Oh man. But what traumatized me the most is some people just didn't even care. They didn't even bother to check what was going on. But this was between me and God. I prayed for them, and I know God understands. But have you ever been in a situation that you felt like you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and you had this guilt? Of course, that guilt was just for a moment. I cannot be condemned because my father lost me and he knows my heart. I wanted to show his love, all right? But let me know what you think about this situation. If this was you in this situation, what do you have done differently? Do you think this would have been the approach? Would you have maybe gone late to work and follow them all the way? What do you think? All right. I just wanted to share this to let you know that it just pays to be there for people, because it's part of showing them God's love. Maybe I didn't have the time to preach, but they'll leave knowing that somebody cared for them. And it takes these little things for God to speak to people. Someone just show you genuine care and concern, especially in a time of their need. What do you think? Right? Let me know in the comment section. I just like to keep it real on here and just encourage us from my own place of encouragement. Another thing that I took from there was just to appreciate God for health. You know how you can have little pain here and there and you think it's a big deal until you see something that looks like a real big deal? I just kept thanking God. I was thanking God for my family, for our health, and I was thanking God for my health. Like, oh no. At least I've never been in that kind of state, which is a lot to be thankful for. So it was just beyond this situation. It brought me to a moment of thanksgiving. Like, it was a long moment of thanksgiving. I think all the way till I got to the office and even after. I just saw that God has truly been good and kind to me and my family. I don't know. I hope that this message helps or encourages you and just makes you see God in a different light, or appreciate what we have in salvation, what redemption has brought to us. Until next time, bye for now. God bless you.